Best vegetables to grow in a fall garden. As with all root vegetables, beets are best grown from seed, as you don't want to disturb the root once it has begun growing. Although beets will still grow in the summer heat, they can have a tendency to get bitter and woody quickly, so late summer to early fall is the best time to resume succession planting, at 2 to 3 week intervals. Beet bulbs will keep growing until a deep freeze, and even the tops can handle a bit of frost. Bok choy, as well as many other Asian greens, is well suited to fall planting. The so-called baby Bok Choy varieties grow quickly, reaching about 8 inches in height in around 40 days' time. They revel in the cool weather fall brings, as well as the decrease in pesky leaf insects that can sometimes influence their growth or success. Since they won't bolt to seed as quickly as they may in warm spring weather, you can harvest the heads as you need them. Radishes grow quickly in cool, moist soil. Most of the problems associated with growing radishes in the spring, like a woody texture, hot or bitter taste, and small size, will be alleviated by sowing them in the fall instead. You may also want to experiment with a few varieties of winter radishes, like the black Spanish radish, which tends to grow more slowly and prefers to be planted in midsummer and allowed to develop into fall. Generally, you can harvest radishes in late fall or early winter, or allow them to overwinter in the soil and harvest next spring. If you've been frustrated by your summer spinach bolting before it's even large enough to eat, you are going to love growing it in the fall. Spinach only takes about 30 to 40 days to mature, even less if you like small, tender leaves, so you can get in several successions of spinach throughout the fall months. Spinach seeds are also perfect for winter sowing. If you've already been harvesting your Swiss chard as cut and come again, you won't even have to reseed it for fall. The plants have probably slowed down a bit during summer, but with a little cool air and water, they'll ramp back into full production. They may even survive the winter but harvest them quickly in spring before they start to bolt to seed and get tough and bitter. Both turnips and rutabagas are root vegetables, meaning they need a long season, 100 or more days, to mature. However, they grow their largest and most flavorful if allowed to mature in the fall. Since they're grown for their roots and their tops are fairly hardy, it doesn't matter too much if they get hit by frost, they may even end up tasting sweeter. Turnips mature a little faster than rutabagas and don't improve if left in the soil too long, so succession plant and use as they mature. Rutabagas can be left in the ground over the winter, if necessary, and harvested in the spring. Broccoli, like other cole crops, grows best in cool weather. Fall planting has two big advantages over spring planting. First, although established broccoli plants can tolerate frost, tender broccoli seedlings are not as hardy and early spring frosts can shock or even kill them. Additionally, since the florets are flower buds, they will open more slowly in cool weather, giving you more time to harvest. Broccoli does take several months to mature, so transplants of a quick grower like Waltham, set out in mid to late summer, are a good bet for a timely fall harvest. There are two different types of green beans typically fostered by gardeners. Pole beans need a long growing season, allowing the vines to reach a mature height before they start setting beans. Bush varieties, on the other hand, will start producing in as little as 45 days, making them excellent candidates for a fall crop of beans. Bean plants are too tender to handle frost, but if an early frost threatens, you can always toss a row cover over them until the temperatures climb again. Fall is the perfect growing weather for cabbage. The plants can grow in warmer weather, but they need cool temperatures in order to form a head. Cabbage needs anywhere from 90 to 120 days to mature, so a fall crop is easiest if you transplant seedlings in mid to late summer. Most of the varietals in the cabbage family are hardy enough to handle a light frost and, with some protection, you can harvest them well into winter. They won't continue to grow when it's cold, but they'll retain their freshness and get even sweeter. Carrots are not the quickest growers, but some of the smaller varieties, like Thumbelina and Paris Market, will mature in about 50 days. Another option for growing traditional carrots is to sow them first in containers. Long window boxes with a depth of at least 6 inches are great for getting your seeds started until you can plant them in your garden in early fall. Fall is typically a better time to grow cauliflower than in the spring, as the cool weather keeps the heads tight and more tender. Cauliflower is a slow grower, often taking between 2 and 3 months to mature depending on the varietal. Keep in mind that cauliflower can only handle a mild frost, if that, so you'll want to plant yours in time for a mid-fall harvest. Pluck the cauliflower from your garden when its head reaches the desired size and its buds are still tight. Kale is probably the easiest cole crop to grow. The seeds germinate in warm or cool soil and it's grown for its leaves, so you don't have to worry about a head forming or the flowers bolting. The advantage of growing kale in the fall is the magic that happens to so many vegetables that are grown in cool weather or hit by a light frost. The leaves will still have a great texture and the flavor will sweeten and deepen. Start seeds for fall harvesting in mid to late summer or transplant in late summer. Lettuce can be planted pretty much all season. Most varieties take less than 50 days to mature, so you can start planting a seed in mid-August and succession plant into the fall months. The plants may grow more slowly than in the spring due to shorter days and lower temperatures, but the flavor will be sweeter and crisper. Because lettuce has shallow roots, it will require some protection against frost. If you plant your fall lettuce in pots, it's very easy to move it indoors to protect it from freezing temperatures. Otherwise, you can cover it with burlap or other netting if frost is expected. Peas are another vegetable that loves to luxuriate in cool weather. Many short varieties will be ready to harvest within 50 to 60 days. Plant them in mid to late August. Pea seeds will germinate more quickly in warm weather, but they will also need more water and a little protection from the strong sun while they are young. By the time they are ready to start flowering and forming peas, the days and nights should be the perfect temperature in fall to keep them going. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.